Bakit?
Hi! So for today, muulan and gusto ko magdaldal about sa ginawa kong pre-board noong kahapon ata. Ito yung kay Sir Melvin Moracho na pre-board pero ginawa ko siyang diagnostic test. Out of 410, nakakuha ko ng 313. So, pasado naman siya kasi 76%. And online ako nagsagot, nakakalito ang sakit sa ulo. So, for today, ito try ko i-rationalize bakit, paano, at majority kasi parang naulit-ulit lang siya. So, kung ano yung sagot ko sa assignment, hindi ako nagbago kasi pili ko tama ako pero mali ako. So, ngayon, i-check ko kung bakit. Mahirap ako magsalita pero gusto ko pa rin magdaldal kahit may sipon ako. Ayan, naglalag ako. Ayun. Ayun, magte-take lang, kakatake ko kasi. Kaya ka nilalaro ito. Next. So, let's start. So, print ko siya. Hindi ko alam kung pwede siya i-print, pero print ko siya. Nakaganto ko kasi nga, maingay sa labas. Puno na siya ng ulan. So, today, para na tayo magdadaldal na naman habang nagla-lesson. Tapos, pwede ko siya ulitin na naka times 2 kasi sa YouTube. Ayan. So, Maya. Ang hirap. Maya, a student with autism or ASD, autism spectrum disorder, has a very structured routine and dislike changes. A fire drill disrupts the class schedule, causing Maya to become anxious. What is the best way para portahan si Maya during this transition? So, tama yung sagot ko, pero nalito talaga ako dito. First, explain the importance of the fire drill in a calm and reassuring way. So, di ba nga, nagkaroon na ng fire drill. Paano mo pa i-explain sa kanya during the fire drill na in a calm and reassuring way? Allow Maya to sit in a quiet corner away from the other students. Hindi naman pwede. Siyempre, kailangan niya pa rin makipag-participate doon sa fire drill. Tsaka, hindi naman siya yung best way para ma-supportahan mo siya para, di ba, mas magiging anxious lang siguro siya. Hold Maya's hand and comfort her throughout the fire drill. 'Di ba ang mga ASD, yung mga autism, hindi nila ADH natin. Basta parang ayaw nila na masyadong hinawakan sila ganon. Comfort her throughout the fire drill. Hindi naman. Kasi kapag sa fire drill na totoo, hindi naman yun yung gagawin mo, di ba? Alam nga namang i-comfort mo siya. Pero, pinaka best way, ito yung iniisip ko kasi din, pero tama naman yung sagot ko. Walk Maya through the fire drill procedure beforehand using visual aids. Dapat ang ginawa para masuportahan during the transition is binigyan mo siya ng mga visual aids na papakita mo sa kanya, oh, ganito yung mangyayari ngayon kasi nga fire drill siya, ganyan. So, yun yung pinaka-best way din para hindi siya ma-anxious doon sa fire drill. So, you have to walk through si Maya sa mga procedures about that fire drill. Kung parang ako nililid doon kasi ginagalaw ko lang yung paa ko. Inom ka ako tubig, number one pa lang, pagod na ako. Next. Pagkat ba to? The history of curriculum development in Philippines show reduction of units in the humanities but increase in the natural and physical sciences, on which thought is this action based. So, papaiklian ang unit ng humanities na dagdagan ng natural and physical science. A. Empiricism. Wala naman siya kinalaman sa senses. So, hindi. Behaviorism. Wala naman siya kinalaman sa learning environment. Hindi. So, it's either utilitarianism and essentialism. Ang naging sagot ko dito is essentialism. Kasi akala ko, magdadagdag naman tayo ng natural and physical science. Mahalaga naman yun. Pero ang tamang sagot is utilitarianism. Maybe because natural and physical science pa rin is for greater good. Siguro, the greater good pa din siya, kaya yun yung tinagkilik. Yan, ganyan na lang, pero mukha ko tanga. Pero okay lang. Yun yung parang tinagkilik. Yun yung tinatangkilik na para mas madami pa rin makaka-benefit. Kasi kapag sinasabi natin utilitarianism, again, it's about the greater good ng mas maraming individual, mas greater happiness ng mas maraming individual. For example, yung sa trait, mas gugustuhin mo na patayin yung isang tao kaysa doon sa maraming tao kasi mas maraming tao yung makaka-benefit. That's utilitarianism. So, the answer is utilitarianism. The following are current trends in assessment. Current trends. Except. So, kapag may except the word, lagi bibilugan. Yun yung ayoko sa online. Hindi ko naman siya nabibilugan. Ganun. Kaya, ulitin ko siya, parang ganyan pa ako na nagbabasa. Tapos, babasa ko except. Tapos, balikan ko, ay, except pala. Kaya gusto ko talaga ng paper na lock. Parang yung ginawa ko dun sa major, which is mas mataas na nakuha ko, di ba? Yun. So, the current trends. Ang hirap magsalita kahit gusto ko magdaldal. Wait. Yan, okay. Ayan, game. So, ano yung current trends in assessment? First, clarifying with students the intended LIO, yung learning outcomes expected to achieve. Syempre, talaga naman, nagagawin mo yan. Teaching teacher sharing scoring rubric with students only during summative assessment. Syempre, dapat hindi lang naman siya during or only sa summative assessment. Syempre, hindi yun yung tamang sagot. Making use of or except, kasi nga, ano ba? Kaya negative dapat ang hanapin. Making use of combination ng written, objective test, and performance test. Tama? And engaging student in self-assessment process. So, tama din. So, ang example lang natin ay yung ibibigay mo lang yung teaching rubric kapag summative assessments. Kasi only. Kaya medyo madali sa prophet. Kapag nakakabasa ka ng mga words na parang nagbibigay na nilang ng hint sa'yo. So, yun na yung sagot. Ganon. How can we discover and enhance the creativity of the students at its best? Ask them to imitate. Kapag imitation, magkakaroon ba sila ng enhancement ng creativity? No. Let them make artworks utilizing minimal, maliliit na media lang, konting media lang. No. Hayaan mo sila. Ganun dapat ang sagot. Let them Let tell them to attach the explanation and depiction of their artwork. Okay, so or let them make an arc out of their emotional and behavioral expression using the kinds of media they prefer. Syempre, mas maganda yon. Dito na ba ako makahinga? Kasi, malamang, mag-express sila yung sarili nila, doon din lalabas yung creativity and yung pag-rediscover nila sa art, di ba? So, syempre, yun na parang basic at its best. Yun na mismo. Hayaan mo silang gumamit na kahit anong media, kahit anong materials, and let them express themselves. Next, the class was asked to share insight about the poem. The ability to come up with the insights with an insight stem from the ability to. Syempre, kapag magbibigay ka lang naman ng poem, may binasa kang isang poem, tapos magtatanong ka, what is your insight about that? Hindi ka naman nagpapa-relate nagpapa-relate ng ideas, di ba? Hindi mo naman siya sasabihin, can you relate this idea to the war that is happening between Iran? Agad yan, hindi naman. Di ba? Evaluate the worthiness of a thing. Panalo namang hindi kasi nagtatanong ka lang naman ng insight. Ano yung naintindihan nila? Ganon. Comprehend the subject that is being studied. Yun yung tamang sagot. Siyempre, pag insight ang tinatanong, so anong naintindihan mo? Ganon. Hindi ka rin naman nagpapa-analyze the part of the whole. Ito yung parang unang sagot ata. Analyze the part of the whole. Kasi, ang naisip ko, kapag sa analyze, parang titignan mo na yung bawat linya ng nasa point. 'Di ba? Kapag tinatanong lang naman yung insight, ano naintindihan, majority kasi ng time kapag sa prof, nag-overthink ako, which is kakataka-taka, so dapat hindi. Ayun. Naririnig kaya ako? Wala pa ke. Sorry. The following are descriptions of temperament categories. Which of these describes the slow to warm or cautious children? So this ay parang hinulat ko lang. Parang, ewan ko lang, odd one out lang ata ako dito. So, ano ba kasi yung slow to warm or cautious na children? They're adaptable and are not easily upset. They are typically happy. They have irregular sleeping and eating routines. They tend to be difficult and may withdraw to new situations. Kasi yung panasa ko cautious, parang hindi, negative, 'di ba? Kasi dito ko ba to? They are adaptable, positive. They are typically happy, positive. They have irregular sleeping and eating schedule. So, parang edge positive pa rin. Unlike dito na, they tend to be difficult and may withdraw to new situations. Kaya, ito yung sagot ko, which is tama naman. So kapag slow to warm or cautious the children, they tend to be difficult and withdraw sa mga new situations. Wait lang ulit! Magsisinga lang ako. Yan. Okay, next. Which is not a characteristic of authentic assessment. Maganda tong authentic assessment kasi di-report ko na nag-college ako kaya naalala ko siya. So, syempre, ang authentic assessment is meron mga iba't ibang ano, pero first is tagging for real life siya. Real life meaning, kung ano yung relevant sa buhay, meaningful siya, ganyan. They offer opportunities to study problem intensively kasi i-emerge ka nun sa mismong activity. For example, kapag authentic assessment, hindi na ka na lang magre-report ng mga causes ng climate change. Ikaw mismo ay gagawa, pupunta ka sa field, itatry mo na, bakit kaya ganito? Mag-interview ng tao, magtanim, para maka-reduce, and etc. Fruitful in terms of genuine learning. Siyempre, kapag genuine learning, you let the students experience things. Doon sa Edgar Allan Poe, Edgar Dales, basta Edgar ba yung tama no? Yung Dale, yung pinakamadaming experience, senses, yung parang mas pinakamaraming, parang mas nagiging genuine yung learning ng students. So, syempre, kapag authentic assessment, you let them yun nga, i-reimmerse mo nga sila. So, mas magiging fruitful yung genuine learning. So, ang hindi sagot dito, yung hindi authentic assessment na characteristic is easy to complete. Kasi, in part ng student at sa teacher, mahirap siyang makompleto. Sa student, mas marami yung time na kailangan gugulin. Sa teacher, kailangan mo gumawa ng rubrics, ng analytical rubric, or holistic rubric, and etc. Para lang maka-accomplish yung authentic assessment. Tsaka yung pag-evaluate pa lang sa kanila, mahirap na. Next, what kind of subjects work best for beginning teachers? Pag beginning teachers, tinatawag na novice, di ko alam ang pronunciation, basta Novice. Ibig sabihin nun, lahat ay tinatakal. Pero, the beginning teachers who still need support from the other parents and their peers, ang binibigay sa mga teachers is light subjects. Sa mga beginning teachers, light subjects. Syempre, beginning pa lang, diba? Meron tayo parang levels. Basta first is beginning teacher. Yun yung first 2 years mo. Ito yung kakatapos mo lang ng let, binibigyan ka ng light subjects at bine-mentor ka pa lang. Second is uh, yung proficient. Ah, proficient, ito yung naka-focus naman sa sarili niya kasi nag-take siya ng masters. Ito yung parang first 3 to 5 din, gano'n. Basta wala naman siya specific year. Basta yung beginning teacher yung first 2 years. Tapos, proficient, yun, nakatutok sa sarili niya. Highly proficient naman, sila yung mga mentor, sila yung master teachers, ganyan. Sila yung mga nagpapahirap daw sa mga beginning teachers. Pero, ang goal lang naman nila, syempre, yung mga ihasa din yung mga beginning teachers. And lastly, distinguished teachers. Yung mga global teachers, yung mga globally competitive na kilala, ganyan. Yung mga secretary, ganyan. Pero hindi ko na alam kasi dapat yung mga secretary ng mga sa teacher siya para alam niya sana kung ano yung nangyayari first hand sa classroom. Pero hindi naman yung nangyayari sa country natin. So, yung mga distinguished teacher, basta sila yung may mga global competence basta, yun. Sila yung makaka-achieve ng highest level. Majority ng teachers sa highly proficient. Si Bobby nasa highly proficient siya. Ayan. Wait lang! Di isa ka pa. What is the best strategy in integrating eco-literacy? Basta eco-ecology may kinalaman sa environment in the curriculum through powerful instruction. Ito, very example ko kanina, paano natin siya magiging authentic assessment. Researching on data, hindi naman yung best way at powerful instruction. Ano ngayon? Anong gagawin nila doon sa na-research nilang data about sa global warming, for example? Role-playing on the responsibility of school in protecting and preserving the environment. Presentation of environmental situations. Oh, ito syempre, ano ang gagawin ng mga estudyante kapag na-present nila? Oh, alam na nilang may awareness sila. Ano dapat ngayon, di ba? Hindi yun yung best, hindi yun yung powerful. Next, conducting an action plan for the scheduled nature protection project. So, basically, ano mas maganda sa tingin mo? Yung magro-roleplay sila sa loob ng classroom o gagawa sila ng action plan para magkaroon ng project protection, nature protection project? Syempre, mas malayong maganda nga, again, yung hayaan mo sila na ma-experience yung bagay na yun. So, mag-conduct sila ng action plan for the nature protection project. Unlike dun sa ano, 'di ba? Kaya pakialam nila. Para pagkatapos kasi ng ano, ng presentation nila, pagkatapos nila mag-roleplay sa klase, wala na. Ano na mangyayari, 'di ba? Dapat hindi lang doon nag-i-stop. Hayaan natin silang mas ma-immerse kasi malay natin kung yun din pala yung interest nila. Malay natin kung yun pala yung learning intelligence nila. So, ayan. So, conducting an action plan for scheduled nature protection project. Hindi tayo nagme-memorize yung sagot, i-explain lang natin. So, tama ko pa rin naman yan. So far, isa pala yung mali ko, yung utilitarianism. Next, the school is preparing for a national chora, choral? Wait lang, alam ko yung term nito. Basta, competition. What should be the response of the teacher in the school? Teachers in the school. Attend the competition para ma-boost yung moral nila. Provide funding for the competition. Allow freedom to music teachers in a music-related activity. Or support the music teacher in whatever way. Ito yung tinatawag nating umbrella method. Yung isang sagot ng isa is pwede na siyang angkop niya na lahat. So, ang sagot dito is support the music teachers in whatever way. Kasi it would include attend the competition para tumaas yung moral nila. It will include providing funding and it will include allowing them to have freedom in whatever music they choose, di ba? So, Umbrella method, support the music teachers in whatever way sa kahit anong paraan. Next, private school teachers are also required of a professional license. Is this statement true? Yes, 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 yes. According sa batas, lahat ng teacher na magtuturo ay kinakailangan ng isang professional license. Walang depende-depende. Next. Pero ano, gano'n lang ulit ako? Ta water. Hi. Lang. Okay. Yan. Ito marami na akong mali dito, oh. Which of the following theorists describe gifted of above average abilities, motivation, and high level of creativity? Hindi ko talaga 'to alam. Kahit nag-ano na ako dito, ano one out. May 50% akong panalo, may 50% akong mali. So, mali. So, sino sa mga theorists na ito ang nagde-describe ng giftedness of above average abilities, motivation, and high levels of creativity? So, si Gardner, siya ay may kinalaman sa multiple intelligence. Wala namang kinalaman yan sa above average na ability, motivation, and creativity, di ba? Wala naman siya kinalaman doon kasi sinabi niya lang yung mga iba't ibang uri ng multiple intelligence. Ganyan. Si Robert Gagne, parang wala naman siya kinalaman dito. Parang hindi ito yung about something sa kanya, di ba? So, magre-research tayo ngayon. Sino ba si Sternberg? Si Sternberg ang sagot ko. Nagbabasa. Why, baby ko? Sternberg. Robert Sternberg. In education. Kahit Sternberg. Ano ba? Ang hirap magsalita. Is known for two main theories. Siya, dalawa pa ang theories niya. Triarctic theory of intelligence. Ito yung, ito. Yan. Oops, oops, oops. Yan. Yan. According sa kanya, sa kay ano to Sternberg, Robert din siya. Robert Sternberg. Um, wait niya, isulat natin para tatatak yung ulo ko sa kanya. Robert Sternberg. Dito na lang. Meron siyang triarchic theory. Sinasabi niya na may three types of intelligence, which is of intelligence. First is analytical, creative, at practical. So, di ba sinabi ko may dalawa siyang theory? Yung una is triarchic. Arctic kala Arctic. Triarchic theory of intelligence. Yung isa, theory of love. Wow! Na meron ding three components yung love na yon. Passion, intimacy at commitment. Passion, intimacy at commitment. Ay, sosyal ka. Sosyal si Sternberg. Next, sino naman si Robert Gagne? Gagne theory. Sabi ko na nga, sige, Robert Gagne's conditions of learning, siya yung nag-outline ng 9 events of instruction and proposes 5 categories of learning: verbal information, intellectual skills, cognitive strategies, motor skills, and attitude. And meron din siyang 9 events of instruction. Yung una, you have to gain your students' interest or attention. I-inform mo sa kanila ang learning objectives. Mag-stimulate ka ng pang-recall prior knowledge, present ang new content, provide learning guidance, elicit performance, mag-provide ng feedback, mag-assess ng feedback, enhance retention and transfer. Tapos meron siyang 5 categories of learning outcomes: verbal information, intellectual skills, cognitive strategies, motor skills, and attitudes. Para din lang siya knowledge, attitude, and skills. Inulit-ulit lang. Yun yung kay Gardner. So, hindi ko na isa-search si Gardner kasi multiple intelligence naman siya. Tapos, ang tamang sagot dito, yung theorist din na describe ng giftness ng above average abilities, motivation, and high level of interest ay si Renzulli. Renzulli theory of giftedness. So, ito, Renzulli's three-ring conception of giftedness, developed by Joseph Renzulli, proposes that giftedness is the intersection of 3 characteristics: above average ability, creativity, and task commitment. So, yung 3 rings na yan, above average na ability, creativity, and yung task commitment. So, pasyagat yan. Yan. So, yung tatlong niya, 1, 2, 3, yun yung above average ability, task commitment, and ano yung isa? Creativity. So, yan daw is kapag yan is, yung 3 rings na yan is naghalo-halo, na isama na siya, or basta sa isang individual, magkakaroon ka ng maraming specific performance areas. Okay. Okay. At least now we know. Next. According to previous researchers, teachers go into unreasonable debts and loans which will eventually lead them to payables and unnecessary leading them to surrender their ATM cards. Alam ko to kasi may chika si Mami dito. Which financial factor is considered the least that affects this practice and its results? So, syempre, savings, expenses, emergency funds, lahat yan ay importante. So, compensation and fringe benefits. Sagot. Tama ko yan. Next. On transferring learning, how will you classify the presentation of research study by an invited social researcher discussing the effect of social media on Facebook users? So, kapag di ba nagpa-present ka, paano mo i-classify siya? Utilization? Bakit may ginawa na ba yung estudyante? Wala pa naman. Learner-related? Hindi naman siya nakasentro sa learner. Concept-related? Ay, ay, mali ako. Mali. Ang sagot ko kasi inquiry-related. Kasi, parang feeling ko, magdi-discuss naman siya ganyan. Concept related? Hindi. So, it's learner related. I think hindi naman to ano to, parang comprehension lang. Which is bobo ako minsan. So, ang tawag ko dyan, learner related. Ito nga po, tagalin natin. Wait, igalan ko lang ulit. Nahihiga ako. Sisi. Okay. Ay, okay na. Wala pa. Ay, yan. Next. How can teacher be facilitator of learning? Siyempre, dito tayo ang sage on stage. Paano? By keeping community leaders informed. Eh? Facilitator of learning, dapat about sa student. By relating professionally with community officials. Bakit about community lagi? By earning social recognition. Mali. Siyempre, it's providing a conducive learning environment for the learners. Next, the prevailing belief was that people with disabilities couldn't benefit from traditional education. Which of the following eras describe the statement? Age of segregation. So, ito, meron kasi itong mga belief, hindi ko pa ito naaaral actually. Alam mo, kapag mga hindi pa natin naaaral, what if isulat natin siya sa isang papel, tapos aaralin natin siya, i-check out natin siya kapag nakapag-review na tayo. Para at the end of the day, you know, backlicious. Diba? Kapag hindi ko pa ito naaaral, so aralin natin. Or, gago tayo checklist. Gano ko to, ipaskill ko to. Mga age of segregation, age of inclusion, yan. Yung mga hindi pa naaral. Age of, so ito, yung prevailing belief na yung mga people with disability couldn't benefit from traditional instruction. Ito ay nasa age of segregation. Segregation. Ang sagot ko dito, age of ridicule. Meron ding age of inclusion and age of integration. Ngayon, I think nasa inclusion age na tayo. So, yan. Age of, wait, sulat din natin yan. Inclusion at age of integration. Ba't kaya hindi na nag-reply? Tignan natin sa ML. Sorry, gumagawa ko video. Kaya na ka naka-reply. Wait lang ulit. Ang hirap kasi, guys. Ayan, so hindi pala siya naglalaro. Yan na natin, baka busy na din. Busy kasi ako eh. Sorry. Yan. Next. Ito. Nakamute pa rin ba ako? Unmute myself. Oh. Ito. May question dito. Ang haba. Ganyan kasi siya kakapal. Siyempre, sinagot ko lahat. Di ko na binasa. Mali. Dinabad lang ako. Kasi ka-computer to. Sakit sa ulo na computer. Pag computer nakatigil. So, philosophically, aesthetic is viewed as the nature and the value of arts, and the responses to natural objects that find expression in the language of the beautiful and the ugly. What does this imply? The beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, tama. Positivity and negativity are just in the mind. You are what you think of yourself and what you want. Ano? And what would you want to become? Tama din. The way we perceive others is influenced by our self-behavior and attitude toward them, tama. We are who we are, and no one can conquer nor take control of our beliefs, neither change our ways and system of mali yung number 4. Kasi hindi naman yun yung sinasabi dito. And wala siyang kinalaman about sa beauty. Wala siyang kinalaman about sa aesthetics ng paano natin nakikita ang mundo. Diba? Sabi niya dito, we are who we are at hindi tayo mababago ng mga tao. Hindi tayo magbabago ever. So, mali. Okay. Sorry. Tira lang ako magbasa. Tingnan mo. If one asked to develop himself to the fullest, what the need is he trying to satisfy according to Maslow hierarchy of needs? So, sa hierarchy of needs ni Maslow, pinakamataas is yung self-actualization, self-transcendence, pero self-actualization. Ito yung may kinalaman sa, ayun, tama naman, self-actualization. So, una kasi is physiological needs. Kailangan mo ng tubig, pagkain, shelter, ganyan. Susunod is kailangan mo ng security, safe and security. Next is yung love and belongingness. Kaya pangatlo lang yung jowa na kailangan mo. Pang-apat is yung self-confidence, self-esteem. At panglima is yung self-actualization. Sabi nila, meron pang isa dyan, which is self-transcendence. Pero hindi naman siya ginagamit. Pero pag nandun yung choice, self-transcendence yung sagot. In the middle of your discussion, you notice that Rose, a student with diabetes, have become withdrawn and weak. What is the most appropriate course of action na kailangan mo gawin as a teacher? Syempre, ignore, hindi. Continue with the lesson, hindi. So discreetly asked Rose if she needs to check her blood sugar or grab a snack. Syempre, immediate yan. Ano, mamaya mahimatay estudyante, tama. Understanding mastery and remove unnecessary repeated competencies. That is decongested. Kasi, seamless, relevant, hindi naman na ginagamat. Kapag nagtatanggal ka ng mga repeated na competencies para mas magkaroon ng understanding ng mastery, that is decongested curriculum. Kaya ngayon yung parang ginawa sa matatag na pinakontian nila yung mga learning competencies at pagfo-focus sila sa pagmamaster daw ng mga competencies na natira. Learning should be organized in order that students can experience success. Students can experience success in the process of mastering the subject. Kapag sa about organization, lagi siyang sa about sa environment. So, learning should be ay, organized in order that the students can experience success in the process of mastering the subject. Hindi yan cognitivism. Ang sagot ko kasi cognitivism. Cognitivism, yeah, it's all about the mental abilities kasi pagpaprocess ng subject matter. But that's not the correct answer. Rather, the correct answer is behaviorist. Kasi you are telling me that the learning should be organized, and whenever we are talking about organization, we are talking about behavior. Okay? It's not about sociologies. Wala naman siya kinalaman. Society and humanities, wala rin. So, this is one of the advocacy of behavior. It's about organization. Next. Hala, baby. Next. The Advocacy of the Late Gina Lopez. Basta kapag ito lagi ko nababasa, it's all life forms are important. Diba? Environment protection. The advocacy of the late Gina Lopez on environmental care and protection cannot be easily deleted in the hearts and minds of her followers because of her infinite and undying initiatives such as restoration of Pasig River, rehabilitation of La Mesa Dam, the clearing sewage system, anti-mining. These advocates indicate that the environment principle of nature, which is all forms are important. All forms of life are important. Kasi hindi naman siya everything must go somewhere, no. Everything changes, no. Everything is connected to everyone, everything else, no. Why living? Sorry. No? Yung- Wait lang. Wait lang. Whatever. Okay. Next. Okay. How is professional standards sa PQF best understood? It is best understood as a benchmark, not as a law, not as a status, not as an ethical code, but as a benchmark. Again, pag tumitingin ako dito, tumitingin lang sa mirror. What are the possible causes of lack of reading comprehension skill among grade 4 students? Ito rin sinasabi ko, yung sa annual program. Ay, ayoko magkwento dito. Pero, shucks, kailangan talaga ng mga estudyante makakabasa, makaintindi ng binabasa. Kasi, mata lang nangyayari. Hindi nyo alam yung ibig sabihin ng simpleng word na clue. Ha? Hindi nyo alam kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng adventurer? Shucks, di ba? Okay. So, bakit nga ba? Ano yung mga possible causes ng lack of reading comprehension? The use of mother tongue, according to studies, is kahit na ngayon ay auxiliary na lang to, ito ay nagpakita na meron talaga improvement ng pag-intindi ng mga bata sa binabasa nila because of the mother tongue. Di ba? So, hindi siya kasali. Inability to master the prerequisite. Siyempre, kapag di mo naintindihan ang abacada, iya, manabla, di mo naman maintindihan di mo maiintindihan ng mga words. Hindi ka makaka-comprehend. Reduce time allotment. Tama. Kasi hindi, kaya nga, dami na lang sa cellphone ka na lang. Sayang yung oras na nilalaan mo sana sa pagbabasa, nilalaan sana na, they are getting my point. Not good, ah, not contextualized strategy and reading materials to address in the parang wala naman siya kinalaman. So, tama. Ang sagot natin, ang possible causes of lack of reading comprehension is first, yung inability para i-master yung mga prerequisite skills. At second, yung reduced time allotment sa pagde-develop ng reading skills. Next, wala, dara-diretsyong mali ah. Grabe na ito. Next, transforming certified skills into personal competence is the corner of which pillar of learning? Learning to be ang sagot ko. Pero ito, yung mga learning. Learning to be, learning to do. Hindi ko yan alam. Learning to do. Kapag syempre may kinalaman sa skills into personal competence, learning to do, learning to be, learning to be together, to live together. Yung mga yan, hindi yan naturo sa amin ng college. Learning to know, ganyan. Yan. Next, to attain the 21st century skills among learner, the following are relevant approaches and prospects that schools should impose. If you arrange the following approaches based on the effectiveness in terms of Kailas pala. Hindi na naman nagbasa si ate mo. Which comes last? Pinakamaganda yung sagot ko, oh. Pinaka-best. Bring the learners where the real action. So, syempre, ang pinaka-ayaw mo, yung Provide them information on direct instruction principles and perspective. Why? Why would you do that? Diba? Bakit direct instruction? Sa 21st century, you let the students learn. You let them do whatever um, activity they have to do. So, You guide them in searching the truth, yes. You expose them to great deal of researches, di ba? Yes, para ma-involve sila sa lesson na yun. So, except, ang pinaka-last na pwede mo gawin is bigyan sila ng direct instruction. Yes, gets or lost? Gets. Which subjects, which schools are subjected to supervision, regulation, and control by state? Syempre, hindi lang ang public, hindi lang ang private, but also yung sectarian and non-sectarian schools. Lahat. Syempre, lahat sila belong sa state. Next, which run against the hindi ko to gets. Talaga. Inulit-ulit ko to basahin. Talaga, ang tindi ng utak ko, hindi ko maintindihan. Which run against Fili- Filipino family value of sacrifice. So, tingnan muna natin. Yung mga hindi against. So, sila is for the family value of sacrifice. Willingness to forgive. Parang hindi naman nagkakapatawaran ang mga tao. Pero hindi yung sagot ko. Tolerance of pain and mistake. Parang oo, di ba? Kasi parang nagra-run yun, hindi yun against. Kasi talaga naman, kahit anong mangyari, sige, kayod lang ng kayod. Kahit na, di ba, tolerance of pain din, di ba? Ang sagot ko, delayed satisfaction or desires. Hindi ko kasi nagigets ang tinatanong. Ang sagot, inability to forgive. So, which run against? So, ito ay mga inability to forgive. Ang mga Filipino ba hindi nakaka-forgive? Pero nakaka-forgive naman tayo. Pero sige, inability to forgive. Next! The K-12 curriculum aims at rising the quality of Filipino learners and graduates while employing them for lifelong learning that requires functional literacy. The best literacy sa akin functional kasi ito yung maabag mo sa mundo. Towards this end, the following are perspectives of new curriculum. Except, so ito kasi nabasa ko yung word na disciplinary, isang disciplinary lang, which is wrong. Ayun yung sagot ko. Next. How do you respond to a child who tends not to listen and has difficulty concentrating on his task? I will address the child by the name. Eh? Ano pa kaalam niya? At sabihin mo, crisscross. Wala naman, di ba? I will give long and complicated instruction. Ay, hindi na. Basta lang hindi ako makikinig sa'yo pag binigyan mo ako ng mas mahabang instruction. Ang sagot ko, I will redirect without anger. I will praise the child. Ang sagot, I will address the child by name. Okay. So, kapag yung bata, hindi na nakikinig at meron siyang um, difficulty sa pagko-concentrate, sasabi mo, pretty, makinig ka. Ganon. So, you will address his or her name. Okay. Which of the following is true about deaf learner? Deaf learners can't learn spoken language. False! They can't learn diba? Deaf learner are good at lip reading and can understand everything. Everything bakla. So false. Sign language is universal language and understood by all the people. Hindi, magkakaiba din yan. Di ba may mga iba't ibang sign language ang ganyan? Ibig sabihin, you're asking for some. Pero, yung sa iba, normal lang, di ba? Deaf learners need special support and accommodation in the classroom, which is true, always true. Kailangan nila ng extra support din. A teacher is planning to integrate a video lesson for the class. What will you suggest to ensure that a student with hearing impairment can access the information? Imagine, nagpanood ka sa klase mo. Tanga ka ba naman, no? Eh, may estudyante kang bingi. Anong gagawin mo? Bakla. Ba't mo yun gagawin sa unang place, no? Parang ang discriminatory mo naman. Pero sige, given the situation, play the video at higher volume. Gago ka ba? Hearing impairment nga. Kahit lakasan mo yan ang pinakamalakas marinig ng buong school, di niya maririnig yan. Provide with script of the video. Enable caption. Kung di ka ba naman gago, mali ko to. Wala. Yun ang sagot. Mag-provide ng transcript ng video. What if mahaba yung video? O kaya, nagpapakita lang, whatever. Ask another student to explain. Ah, alam nga naman, paano niya ma-explain din, di ba? Rely solely. Ah, mali din naman ako. Naka-rely ka lang dun sa visuals ng video. Tapos ipopost mo siya, tapos explain mo siya. Tama, sige. Ang gagawin natin, magpo-provide tayo ng transcript ng video at mag-enable ng caption. Ge, mali pa. Tandaan mo, ikaw ay mabait, ikaw ay ideal, ikaw ay perpektong tao kapag nagsasagot ng prompt N. What example will you propose as a work assignment that engages the learner in active learning and student-centered classroom? Lecture no, drill no, demo no, it's project making. Next. Ano oras na kaya? Kailan oras tayo matatapos? Simple frequency distribution is a graphic representation ng mean, hindi, raw scores. Malamang raw scores. Kasi frequency, ilan na nakakuha ng 3, ilan nakakuha ng 27. Ganyan. As a teacher, when interacting with the students with hearing impairment, it is important to speak slowly. Baka alam niya kapag magbabasa, agad ka ng slowly. Gano'n. Hindi. Mumble or speak softly. So, ay na, hearing impairment nga. Ay, ano, overwhelmed sila sa sound? Bakla hindi. Assume the students cannot understand. So, discriminatory ka naman masyado. Siyempre, get the students' attention visually. Uy, and then, speak them face directly. Hindi nakaganyan kang, ano yung sinasabi mo dyan? Ano yung marami yung sinasabi na? Dapat ganyan. Uy, ganyan. Uy, the teacher, Filipino teacher is a professional. Ano yung expected sa kanya? Technically competent? Oo. High and ethical and moral? Oo. Malaking dignity. Superior IQ? Hindi naman. Hindi naman. Popular among learners? Hindi naman. Pakaalam natin sa popularity. Diba? Next. Which of these approaches teaching phonics through dance movement of rhyme called eurythmy? Eurythmy. Uy, tama pa ang sagot ko. Hindi ko to alam. Itong mga to. Hindi ko to alam. Ano ba tong mga to? For example, Waldorf, our approach. We also have Reggio, Emilia, Emilia approach. We have play-based learning. Yung play-based learning, alam ko ah. Pero wala naman siya kinalaman sa dance movement of rhythm called Yoritifiafrasra or Montessori approach. Montessori, alam ko na may kinalaman lang to sa kinder. Pero, oo. So, ang pinagpilian ko dito, si Reggio Emilia at si Waldorf. Tama naman ako. So, search natin. Saglit lang, sigala ulit ako, Max. Siga, 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 siga. Nasaan na? Wait lang. Ay, ang sarap sa feeling pag nakakasiga. So, let's search it up, dude. Waldorf approach. Ah, tukla siya. Ay, or Steiner education. Holistic intended to pupils' intellectual artistic imagination. Parang ang babaw naman. Basta may kinalaman na lang siya dito sa dance movement by rhythm. Iori T.B. Wardolph. It is an art movement developed by Rudolf Steiner that makes the sounds of speech and the rhymes visible through gestures flowing. Ay, gago. Siguro ganun. Ano naman yung kay Reggio Emilia approach? Sa kanya naman, globally recognized child-centered philosophy. Sergio Emilia, Italy. Dito, tinitignan niya yung mga students as a strong, curious na individual na may potential to self-directed exploration. Cool. Diba? Aralin ko ba yan? Aralin ko ba yan? Text. Siga pa ako. Ang dami ko dinaldal, bakla. Nakataas pala yung ano ko. Hindi ko tuloy alam kung narinig nyo. O, sige, ulitin natin. Basta kapag kay Waldorf approach, ito yung may kinalaman sa Eurystheus, yung dance movement of rhythm. Pero pag sinabi natin yung Regilio Emilia, siya yung nagtatitinigin na yung individual daw ay strong, curious na individual na kaya nilang mag-self-direct. Yun yung binasa ko. Yun lang ba? Doon na ba tayo? Bukas di ko rin alam. Next. Where is curriculum development coming from? The foundation shows the chronological development along the timeline. Siyempre, pag ganyan, historical foundation. Which instructional material is best the self-directed means of attaining functional literacy? Kapag, excuse me, thank you Lord. Pag sinasabi natin functional literacy again and again and again and again, it's all about real life fields. So, community sources, yes. And real life fields kasi. Simulation, no. Audio, no. Research survey, no. Mag-functional reality, mas kinalaman siya sa kung ano yung function mo sa community in real life. Community resources and real life fields. The sensitivity of tone and pitch allowing one to produce musical scoring is intelligence in musical. Siyempre, kapag may kinalaman sa pitch, tone, music, it's musical. A student with intellectual disability struggles with completing classroom tasks independently. Again, a student with intellectual disability, shit, ang hirap naman po. Isa pa, pwede pa ba? Nahihiya na ako sa viewers ko. May viewer ka ba? No? Ay. Tapusin ko lang ito, tas pahinga ko na itong page na to. A student with intellectual disability struggles with completing classroom tasks independently. Which of the following will be most effective strategy to improve independent learning? Increasing the difficulty? Hindi nahihirapan na nga siya. providing step-by-step instruction using visual aid, giving assistance to the students. Hindi. Mas maganda kapag independent learning. Tama din naman yung sagot ko. Mali yung sagot ko. Na, syempre, kapag independent learning, magbigay ka na lang ng step by step na may visual example. Kaysa ikaw mismo yung mag-guide. Kasi nga, you are trying to let the students learn by their own, with their own, on their own. Bobo. Next, rationalization is used by students who substitute words for deeds, bribe the elders with promises, like to take the blame for their faults, or ito na siya per rationalization. Parang ginagawa natin yan. It is always give explanation or reason for their faults rather than their own faults. Next, Piaget task state that learning more logical and abstract as children formal operation stage. What is educational implication of this finding? Let children be children. Very operational yan. Learners who are not capable of logical reasoning from ages 8 to 11. So this is concrete pa lang to. Engage students with analogical as early as preschool. Preschool, pre-operational pa lang 'to. So, siyempre kapag sinasabi natin formal operational stage na, ito yung kaya na nilang magkaroon ng hypothetical na reasonings which is from 12 or 11 years old to higher. If a student thinks about thinking, it's about metacognition. Metacognition is the process of thinking how to think or learning how to learn. Ganyan. Curriculum can be approached in various ways. What definition provides the approach as a process? So, meron kasi tayo curriculum as a product, as a process, and isa pang as. As a project, as a product, as a process. Pero pa isa. So, ano nga pag sinasabi natin curriculum as a process? Primary schools is meron siya mga different content areas, hindi naman. Kasi hindi naman siya about sa process. Body of knowledge, hindi. Curriculum sa content, hindi naman. Curriculum is seen as a scheme about practice of teaching. So, process siya. It is a practice of teaching. Marge struggles with fine motor skills, making writing assignment time consuming and frustrating. Which of the following accommodation would be most helpful for March in completing writing assessment? Provide her graph papers and pencil with thicker grips. Ay, hindi. Tali. Require her to write in cursive to improve her handwriting? No, kasi dapat yung ano yung mas preferred din. Allow her to use to text in voice to text software for writing assignments. Allow the length and complexity of writing. Reduce the length. Reduce the length and complexity of writing assessment. So, pinaka-best yung ano, na hayaan mo na lang siya na magkaroon ng voice-to-text software for writing assignments. Pero kasi, ang sagot ko dito, mas maganda na yung pencil niya is with grass para mahasa din. Pero, sa bagay, best nga naman na anahin mo na lang, voice to text na lang na software for writing assignment. Okay, sige pa ba? Nasisingal na naman ako eh. Sige, pahinga lang ako, tas isi-save ko lang ito. Tapos, ano na, para super dami na din ata kasi nito. Ayun lang. Bye! Isa pa. See you later. Promise, isa pa.